Quiet on the set. 3, 2, 1, go. Hi, friends. Welcome to The Catch Up, a podcast where I meet and explore the thoughts of some cool-ass people. Support your boy by hitting that subscribe button and tap that like button if and only if you like the video. Let's get right to it.
7 stars and 1 shine.
Yeah.
See 7 stars.
The best deep dish pizza in Seattle. I hope they sponsor me. I will be back September 15th.
Wait, so you got that from Seattle? Or?
Yeah.
I thought you said you got it from Virginia.
No, Seattle.
Wait, so deep dish is the same as Chicago's deep dish?
Yeah.
Isn't that so? I've heard.
You mean lasagna?
That's what I heard. I heard it was just straight sauce.
You ask anybody from New York that, they'll say that. You mean that lasagna shit?
You know how you have like what's that called? Chicken pot pie?
Yeah.
That crunch.
Fuck.
That's how I felt.
So you're
eating lasagna, you're eating pizza.
But with the crust though, you don't have like that crust.
Yeah, you don't have the lasagna because
So
you'll be just fast.
So you're eating a pizza pie. Literally.
Yeah. That's why they call it a pie, right?
Ah, touche, man.
Well, you got 1 minute and you can start feeding.
Exactly.
Okay.
Alright, well.
All right, bam. Intro. 3,
Right.
2, 1, go. Welcome back to The Catch Up with Bryan, Sumo, Sumardi, where I meet interesting people and I get into their backgrounds. I forgot what my intro was, to be honest, but we're going to roll with it.
I'm about to say that.
I like that.
Yeah, I don't remember it. I haven't been on a podcast in a while. I've been making YouTube videos.
That was pretty energetic though.
I know. I mean, I'm a pretty energetic dude.
I was like, that was the intro at all?
Yeah, that was the intro. I was like, where I meet dope-ass people and get into their backgrounds? Yeah, that's my thing.
Alright.
You got.
Thanks for calling me dope.
Yeah, super dope. I just met you guys.
We'll find out soon.
Damn.
Today's guest is PT Time Podcast, Tatiana and Patrick.
There you go.
There you go.
I met them a couple back, last
Way
week,
back.
to be honest.
Last week.
Yeah.
Last week,
Yeah.
right?
And we have the original co-host, Aaron.
A to the C, bro.
A to the C. IG, Snapchat, Twitter. Get into his mind. You know that's what to do. Yeah. So, I mean, it's about them. We're going to talk about them.
Cool.
Damn, it's up.
Boy,
It's all
I
about
feel like it's the
us.
first time I'm doing a podcast, but it's about me. Usually I have to ask
Don't
the
forget your
questions.
boy.
Yeah.
What? Aaron. He's the original co-host. We
Uh-huh.
created this together.
Ah.
This
Well,
is
you
where-
heard that, man.
episode.
Listen, bro.
You didn't give your
Life.
point introduction though.
Oh,
Pop
I'm
your
gonna
head.
shout
Robbie Young is the Hannibal Buress. You get a hand.
That's
And,
a bird. That's funny. He's funny as fuck. I love birds.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta say what we're drinking.
okay, you want a shout out plug? I got it from Germantown, Kentucky Bourbon Barrel. Coffee style.
And
Shout
I love
out.
coffee.
Shout out to WSSC because
Yeah,
I'm drinking
okay.
water.
Hell
So.
yeah.
All right, let's just bring it back. Tatiana and Patrick.
Correct.
Correct.
PT time.
PT
That's why
time.
it's PT time.
Yeah.
All right, is that it? I mean,
Yeah, PT Time
PT
podcast, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how we go.
More like, like PTO, like
PTO is paid
Yeah,
time off,
paid time
so
off.
just.
So we wanted to come up with something a little more creative,
Uh-huh.
but like we said for like literally an hour, and we couldn't come up with a name.
well,
Yeah.
a lot of the ones we
So you
wanted
just
were
went with your
taken too.
names.
A lot
Yeah.
of
So
the
this
time
was
we
your
take
names.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she made it seem like, okay, PT time because it's us talking, so why not? And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just go with it.
Okay.
Wait, can I curse you?
Yeah.
Okay,
Good
bet.
fuck.
And,
So,
and now
yeah.
he can't exist without me because if we take away the T, it's just P time.
Yeah, I feel like that was
Yeah.
low key
It sounds so
sabotage.
good,
Every person has a good moment in peeing.
Yeah.
That's their time.
No,
Because,
please
like,
don't
tea time
start,
is, like,
don't get
really
started
too,
with that
like,
because Patrick
I would
always
always
says that.
win that argument. Tea is necessary. Not everybody drinks tea. So
Ooh.
I'm saying.
That was good.
Nah, but
Anyway.
she did. She
Flip the
did.
script.
She was smart. She was smart though
That
because
was clean.
we had 2 episodes where she wasn't there, and I had to do the whole episode by myself and a guest,
Yeah.
and everybody.
So,
It was
you're
fine.
really close to me. I
And
just
it
want to
was-
remind you.
And it was weird that it was P time, and the tea
Yeah.
wasn't there. So
Right.
most people was, oh, where's the tea?
Where's
like,
Tati?
release
Yeah,
Tati,
yeah,
whatever. So
I'm the star of our part.
That's how we did it, except the catch up. We didn't put nobody's name.
How did we get to catch up? How did that catch
that's a good name though.
I
How'd
did
that come
that.
about?
Yeah, how did
You remember how?
It was you. We sat in the
And
gym.
we said, let's catch up.
Yeah, let's catch up. And then
This is
Oh yeah,
catch
the
up.
first episode.
Yeah.
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 Wait, but did you guys check to see if anybody else had a podcast with that name? Because that was the thing we did. Like
Oh,
we sat
that
there.
okay. So then that I think there must be something.
Yeah, because we sat there and whenever we had an idea, we
Exactly.
looked through
Well,
it.
we didn't, and not the merchandise.
Because I know I'm the fucking shit. So whoever else is out there, I'm gonna up them. So
Yeah, I mean,
that's
he
it.
and now he has merch.
Yeah,
You know,
now there's
it's
merch.
like his own Instagram page and that shit, right?
Instagram, catch up with Sumo, IG.com.
That's right.
/ catch up with Sumo.
That came pretty easy.
Wait, so what kind of merch do you have?
See, smooth.
Just t-shirts.
Just t-shirts?
Like rum.
And hoodies.
Moonshine.
You have no
You got
hoodie?
Yeah, I got hoodies and jackets.
Which I won one last week.
True.
I didn't tie. I won it.
Well, you did win.
There was so much testosterone in that gym that day.
It's cool. It's a
Competing.
gym.
Competing.
It's a gym. What do you else expect? You want a lot of estrogen?
Wait, when you say
Saving?
when you say that, like, what do you mean by that, though?
What do you mean what?
Yeah, like,
Testosterone in the gym?
yeah, there's a lot of like testosterone. Like, what do you mean by it? Like,
Competition. There was a lot of competition.
oh, but
I
only
made a competition.
only guys are like the
Yeah.
only ones that are competitive. I feel like girls can be more competitive than we are.
I think it's personality wise, right? If you're in a gym, you're there to get better, right? Like you come here to not be the worst and not to maintain. You want to be better than everybody around you, whether we believe it or not. So of course we're gonna compete. You know what I'm saying, fuck everybody else. I want to get better. I'm better than you, faster than you, stronger than you. That's what the gym is, in a friendly manner.
Well, my slogan for Sumo List, and what I was talking
Be
to you
stronger.
about, be stronger today.
Today, there we go.
So like, be your best self. That's what I'm all.
I was gonna say that because I mean, obviously, you can't always compete with somebody else because they might have more, experience or they're
So you
more
gotta compete with yourself.
strong. Yeah, so you have to, I guess, have the mindset. I want to be better than what I was yesterday.
Be better.
And then eventually, with that mentality, I'm pretty sure you're gonna surpass somebody.
Of course, and yourself.
Yeah, exactly, which is what matters. So
I always say try to walk out better than when you walked in. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
that is true. That's
So,
true.
yeah, of course, it's testosterone. Competition. That's what we make it happen.
I just felt like she said it like throwing shade, like
A little bit.
yeah, like
a little
like
bit.
it was a bad
Not
thing.
at all. You guys were hearing it wrong.
To explain.
And I feel like you're laughing because you know you're lying.
It's perspective. It's all perspective. That's definitely what I think. But let me get back into your podcast.
All right.
Like, what do you guys
Let's
like to
fly
talk
back
about?
in.
Yeah. Like, tell me about your backgrounds. Let's go with that.
Let's go with the fact.
Did you guys like grow up here? Yeah.
So
That's Jamie.
so I'm Costa Rican,
Okay.
and well,
Born and raised?
born and raised. Yeah, I moved here when I was 15.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you hear? I'm sorry, Joe. Did you hear about they took away the help already? Like, they think Costa Rica's done being helped by what's that? The foundation that helps them with the whole disaster thing. Where's that?
I don't know. Blue Cross? No, I'm joking.
No.
Red Cross.
Is it Red Cross? No, I don't know. I think it's Red Cross.
Oh, starts with an F, I think.
I think so.
FEMA?
Maybe I don't
Yeah,
know. Basically,
I think-
they said that you guys being Costa Rica are done getting help, so they pulled away from y'all.
Well, are you confusing Costa Rica and Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
Right, I am.
Yeah.
That's what I was like.
yo, you were
And I was like,
Yo, all of our faces were like,
I admit it.
Costa Rica?
Y'all got it.
What's
No,
going on?
it's fine. Honestly, like a lot of people do that, and it takes them like a couple of times for them to get the fact
Yo,
that
but
I'm
if you
Costa
would have saw
Rican.
all of our faces, we were all like,
But hey,
yeah, I'm gonna let him finish, and
But
I'm
it's
gonna
still-
start to
but it's still
yeah.
it's still fucked. It's still a bad thing. Though.
Yeah,
It's still fucked up.
listeners, bro.
Listen, go ahead.
Yeah, we let you finish. That was good.
you didn't want to be rude.
But at least cut you off.
At least I admitted it. I was wrong. Continue.
Hey, yeah.
So yeah, I'm Costa Rican, and I get that a lot. People think that Puerto Rican, or they assume like I'm Dominican because I'm black and I speak
Yeah.
Spanish.
Yeah.
Messed up.
Was born and raised. What else? Been living in Montgomery County ever since I moved here, so I never really left the area.
Okay.
I love it here. Went to high school here. Sort of went to college too. I'm still.
Some
Went to
college.
college.
Yeah,
So in
like,
applications with some college.
well, I got my associates at MC.
Oh, dope. For what?
Just general studies. Yeah.
True.
I want to keep my options open.
Yeah.
No problem with that.
Yeah, and then right now I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for the rest of my life. I'm kind of going through that, I guess, that phase where you don't really know. You want to find what you're good at,
Yeah.
and make it a career.
Yeah. So this is kind of how you got into the podcast. You feel like you like communication?
I like talking to people. That's
Yeah.
what I like. So I like interacting. Like I getting to know new people. I like.
Perspectives.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Like it just I can feel like it makes you a better person.
For sure.
Yeah, and even though
100%.
up until this point, because people that probably listen to our podcast are gonna be like, well, you only have your friends there.
Mhm.
That is true. We only have friends, but we're trying to like start slow and then kind of like branch out.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like what Patrick said, it brings people together to come and have a conversation in person.
Right.
In a world where like nowadays everybody just wants to text.
Yeah.
Like nobody wants to pick up the phone. Even when you're like hanging out at restaurants, people are on their phone. So the podcast pretty much, it's pulling our friends to come and speak to us, but we like talk shit for an hour, like and laugh about things or like rejoice about it. So I feel like it's nice friend time that.
And going back to her, to what she was saying, the initial idea of the podcast was me and like 5 other friends.
Okay.
Every time I talk about it, they get bitter.
So you're like the original creator?
Yeah.
So this is what happened. Like me and her were hanging out, and she was like, "So what have you been up to?" And then I told her like, "Oh, me and she knows my other 4 friends." She was like, "We want to do a podcast." She didn't know what a podcast was. So once I explained it to her, it's like, "Oh my god, we should do one and piss them off."
Yeah.
So at first, I was like,
So it's
"Damn,
all
that,
about spite.
Well, it's because like every time Patrick and I hang out, like the conversation is so natural, like and it just flows very well, and we just end up talking for hours. So I'm just like, why don't we do it? We can do it, and then piss them off.
So she got excited, and then we did like a trial or like a test episode, and we went for like 45-50 minutes, and it was really natural. Obviously, we had to like fix some stuff, but then after that, I feel like that's when we started taking it seriously.
Okay.
So, but the mics and all
Just
that.
figuring out the technological stuff.
That's the hard part
Yeah.
for me.
I feel you. Same here. What about you?
Well, I'm from Maryland, born and raised. Huh?
What
What was that? Born and raised in Maryland. I'm Salvadoran Colombian.
Okay.
I'm very into my culture as well. I feel like that's how I connect with Patrick a lot with our cultures.
South America roots. Type of thing.
I'm Central American.
But the Latin American
Latin
thing,
America. Okay,
for
sorry.
sure.
Excuse me. I'm on the East Coast, like East.
You got messed up with Central
I
America.
got a rep for Central America.
Yeah,
You're an island somewhere lingering around there. So
We are not an island, bro.
I'm
Damn.
better every
Yo.
I'm better every two. I'm over
We are definitely connected with Nicaragua and
Yo, dog, that's
Listen,
like.
I should
no,
know.
Yo.
There's some maps like that.
oh my God, there is a fucking map there.
And you know why I'm trash? My father was born there, so I should have known
Where?
In wait. No, I'm not saying anything.
No, you.
You know what? This is
Yeah.
It's
It's
the
moonshine.
fucking moonshine.
Costa Rica.
3.
I told you, it
It's
takes
Costa
like
Rica.
3 times.
It's Costa Rica.
He was born in Costa Rica.
Yeah,
Yo.
but he is from Nicaragua, but born in Costa Rica.
My mom was actually born in Nicaragua,
Interesting.
but she moved to Costa Rica when she was 3 years old, so she barely like.
So is she from where?
She's from Nicaragua, and then she moved to Costa Rica when
So
she was 3
you're-
years old. I was born in Costa Rica.
So you be Costa Rican then?
Yeah, like I tell people
With
like
roots in Nicaragua.
yeah, but I just don't identify myself with them because we've never been exposed.
That's true.
Neither has she haven't been exposed.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah.
But I still tell people just so.
Oh, two.
But I think
One-
I consider
two-
you
one
guys.
for
1 for 3.
Costa Rica.
One for 3, yeah.
Okay.
It's the moonshine.
You can keep going.
Okay, so let's bring it back to the
I don't even want to fucking talk anymore.
Go ahead, go ahead.
But the
Salvadorian, Colombian,
Colombian, born and raised in
Maryland. What else? No?
I-
What influenced you to make the podcast as well, besides what Pat said?
Spite.
No, it wasn't spite.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun.
They just did
I
it
just
as well.
thought, I think it'd be fun.
You
And
wanna
like
do
I
more?
said, just talk.
Quality time. Have you ever heard of the 5 love languages?
I love that
No,
book.
but I've heard it's a good book.
It's a great book.
What is it though?
It's a great book.
Break it down.
It's
3 out of 5.
it's 5 qualities that you think that's more important, but most important. I think I relate with you on that because the 5 languages are quality time, which I think that you like resonate the most with.
Acts of service.
Acts of service,
Yes.
receiving gifts,
Compliments.
or is it words of wisdom? Is that words of
Words of endearment.
endearment? Yeah, affirmations.
Information.
Like you like someone to like, oh, you're beautiful, blah blah blah.
Oh.
And oh, she loves that shit.
Yeah, I feel like most girls do.
Yes.
And I forgot the
But
last.
I love
one.
giving it
Oh,
to them.
and physical acts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
most men.
sex. Well, most men think they are, but not all of them are.
Yeah, I'm just saying most.
I know.
I'm saying
Wait, is this just for like any type of relationship, or just for like a love relationship?
Every aspect.
No, I think it's every
This
aspect.
is individual. This is individual. So like in friendship.
Yeah.
Say if like you and I were like best friends, in Christmas time, I would understand. I would rather give you a material. If I got you like an iPhone, you would like that. If you like receiving gifts the most.
Mm-hmm.
But if you like quality time, I was like, yo, let's go watch a movie.
So hang out.
Let's go grab a beer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just preference and how you like certain things.
That is your love language, and your tank gets full
Right.
from when you do. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. It's on a scale from 1 through 5, and then when
So
you take
different
the test-
people rate them different ways.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, because not everyone likes giving gifts. Like for me, I don't like getting compliments.
Interesting.
Really?
That's really interesting.
Nor do I.
Yeah, because for me, I think of it as like I'm just doing me. Like I'm just being myself. So when you give me a compliment, I'm like, okay.
So you don't like being praised for being yourself. That's what
Right. Because
like-
for me, also, it's like it raises my ego, and when I raise my ego, it's just like
Everything
it gets skewed, and that's when I get to the point where I need validation in life, and I hated that.
So wait, so do you like taking constructive criticism since you don't like compliments?
Yes,
You do
I'm fine with that because I'm very good with taking information in and being analytical with it.
Mhm.
But when it comes to just like, oh, you're so good at this, you're so good at that, but like, I just wanted to do it
Okay.
because like honestly, I've gotten a lot of compliments for doing like the podcast, being a personal trainer, being in the military. But it's like I was interested in it and I did it. So it's like, why are you giving me compliments for me being myself?
Thank you for being me.
Right. So it's like, I thank you, like, thank you for being Tatiana, thank you for being Patrick.
Thank you for being alive.
Yeah, thank you for being alive. Like, I didn't have a
I didn't
choice.
choose this.
Yeah,
You're right.
I'm just living my life.
I've never seen it from that perspective.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Because I do. I mean, I love dishing out compliments, and I like getting them back.
Mhm.
I think sometimes. No, I do. Patrick, what? I do. I give them all the time.
Damn, the reciprocity is not
No.
This-
I'm trying to think. Go ahead. I'm trying to think
No,
the last
spit it
time.
out.
The last time I got a compliment from you.
Damn.
Because you're- Big head
No.
already. You don't need
Because
it.
you don't give her a compliment, so
No, wait. Yo,
It's not reciprocated,
okay.
you just-
So if you guys ever hear a podcast, I try to be nice.
yeah.
Try to be nice.
Like I try to be nice to her, and sometimes I do give her compliments because I know that she likes it. I
But
never
you go
get
on
shit
me,
back.
Hap.
Well, you
You
never
go
get it
on
back?
me
I
so
never get shit
much.
But
back.
do you give him?
No,
both of
he
you
goes
back?
on me
Huh?
all the
No,
time.
I don't hope to get. For example, damn, I can think of one.
Yeah, because it's bullshit.
No, if you listen to her episodes, you'll see.
No, our personalities in the episode, we just go on each other.
Yeah, exactly. So
never
we
get
do have
together.
like I guess frying. Like we like to go on each other.
Oh,
Yeah.
but that means she don't
That's
like
the-
criticism that much.
Yeah, she does. But the thing is this though, I feel like I do go a little harder than she does. So to make up for it, I kind of like giving her compliments
So
here
you
and
feel
there.
bad
Yeah.
sometimes. You want to give
I wouldn't say I feel bad. I just want to make sure that she knows that I
You
see
did.
the positive and not just the negative in her.
But I also think it's because a man,
Yeah, no,
like
good.
growing up in high
I
school,
say that right now.
we've always just joned on each other, and
Yeah.
we try to just eat it.
Yeah, that's crazy because me and my friends, if you bring like any outsider to
Uh-huh.
any of our friends gathering,
Do
like
you
Yeah.
understand,
we're
man?
just going back and forth
Right.
the whole time, and they're like, "Damn, like y'all really friends?" I'm like,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, and I think that's I don't know if it's a guy thing or if it's like an area thing.
I think it's an area thing.
You think so?
'Cause when I came up here when I was 15 years old, I did not like getting zoned on. I did not like it. I want to fight every fucking body. But then I peeped. It was a culture thing. Up here,
Yeah,
joning on somebody, you are like, this is your friend,
like
right?
mid East
Like-
Coast,
like,
mid
yeah.
Atlantic.
I
Yeah,
never-
like you ain't shit, bro.
Deep LA, because I know how
Deep.
people in West.
Yeah.
Is it really an
LA
area thing?
Well, 'cause
We're close to New York.
In Miami-
that's what we do.
In Miami, if you would have joined on me, down there we call it it's not even a word for it. If you don't do it,
Yeah.
if you go on somebody in Miami, we fight you.
Yeah,
From where I'm from,
it's a respect thing.
exactly. Here, like, what the fuck you talking about, dog? I'm just kidding. I fuck with you, bro. Like, what you mean, dog? No, I don't know you, bro. What the fuck out my face? It was weird. So it's definitely an area thing.
Me growing up too, like I was isolated for a long period of time, like throughout like elementary school. So as I got to middle school, then became a little more extroverted, and at that point, it was embraced by this atmosphere,
But this joining
and I was like, yo.
oh
You
no.
trying to fuck with me? And then I got really heated, and then I got to the point where the people who actually knew me, like, just don't mess with him. Like, I mean, not because I would fuck anybody up, it's
He's not
because,
fun.
yeah, because I'm not fun, because I don't understand them.
Yes.
But then once I understood them, like, I just ate it, because that's just my
Do you
ego.
ever dish it back, or you just got used to taking?
Not really, because my way of dishing it back
Pause.
turned into
Pause that real quick. Go ahead.
But-
Oh, they couldn't go like hardcore with it, basically.
Well, no, because what I just changed the language.
You gonna get too hard?
I do it in sports. All right, see me in basketball or see me in football. Or
You're trash talker when you compete.
Well, I grew into that.
Back to full circle.
But for me, I did my by actions. So if
You can't do it by words.
if someone told me that I'm like ugly or something, like, okay, look, I did all my schoolwork. I got good grades, but I don't even say that. I showed it.
Yeah, makes sense.
And then I would be like in honors classes and whatnot, and I would just live like that.
Damn.
Because like I had nothing to prove. I was just being me.
And he took some notes to heart.
Yeah. So yeah, because like, I took it to heart, but I hurt their heart because I proved that I could do something that they couldn't.
Well, when you say people were gone on you, you think they were like serious?
No.
Or it was just like a way for them to show affection, like in a way.
Yes, I learned that eventually.
That's a bad.
But you took it to heart.
That's a bad way to show affection.
Yeah.
It's really weird. It's really bad, but at the same time, it kind of makes sense, man. Because like the way if you see a group of guys just going on each other, the way they say things to each other it sounds hateful.
Yeah.
But I think there's some sort of like love in there.
Yeah,
you know?
because
like with the laugh afterwards, it just I don't know. I just like when somebody makes fun of me and like the way we all laugh is kind of like, oh shit, that's family.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I completely agree.
torture.
Would you fight your friend? Like physically fight your friend?
I don't think I could possibly do that. And I think
I have.
Any of your
I have
friends?
as well.
I don't think I have. I don't think I would. And
Has there been moments where you like?
I have friends who get really like I guess angry when they get drunk, and not even then. I'm just trying to like calm them down. Like, I don't think I ever because like I'm not that kind of person that can just step into somebody and fight them. Like I have to have some sort of anger,
Logic.
Yeah, exactly. I just can't punch somebody for no reason. So like I'm looking, I was like, man, that's my boy. Like I'm not gonna fight him. So I just can't fight him. I mean, if he
hits you, would you fight him?
I would probably just like try to like avoid it, like
Okay.
like
So you
kind of
just
like dodge and
diffuse
like
the
maybe like
situation.
exactly like maybe like put him in a chokehold or something like tell him to calm down.
Chill out.
Yeah.
But yeah, because like for me, I fought almost most of my friends, and I respect almost all of them because of it. Like I'm dead actually, because I fought them and like now we're like we have this level of respect now. Like I know where you're coming from, you know where I'm coming from, so it's like. We bond harder now than we fought. It's weird to say out loud.
No,
I don't think it's necessary though. To like.
No, but I think I can understand why he's saying that because it's like it's
Some
kind of
people
like
are really hard-headed.
exactly, and
Yeah.
it kind of goes to the point where you have like I guess they hit rock bottom because in a friendship that's what like when you fight somebody, and then if you guys survive that, it's kind of like you have like an
stronger now.
Yeah, it's like stronger. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger type of thing.
I'm a big believer of that. So ever since I went to the military, I've gotten to the point where I was like emotionally fatigued, I was physically like fatigued, and I got to the point where I was at rock bottom. I was really close to like giving up, just in general. And at that point, I realized that there are still other people in this world who are in a lesser situation than I am. And because of that, I realized that I feel like I'm a bitch for giving up. So at that point, yeah, because other people have it harder than me. So why should I give up now rather than keep moving forward? And that's how I see it. I can see things in relationships, whether relationships or friendships.
And well, funny you say that. I know how Aaron feels about religion, but I always have like this. I don't know if there's a verse or not because I'm not that religious myself, but there's something that says God wouldn't put you through anything that you can handle.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I always think of that. If I'm being tested or if I'm going through something, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a tomorrow, and I can get through it.
So let me spin that. Are you think you're more optimistic? Like because you know that, or not that you know that it will be a tomorrow, or that it kind of always will be a tomorrow, whether you're there or
You're
not.
just hopeful there is.
Yeah, you're hopeful that you're strong enough to get to that next day or the next 24 hours.
So I do feel like I'm optimistic. I just don't carry myself that way. Like I complain a lot, and I acknowledge that. She knows that too. I complain a lot. If I'm going to work, I like to like just let things out, and I think it goes back to when I was a kid, and growing up in a kind of like a strict family.
Yeah.
It was kind of like if you don't like something, you're gonna have to do it anyway. Don't say it.
Yeah.
So the way that I look at things now is more like if I don't like something, I want to say it.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna go through it, but I just want to say it. I just want to let it out.
Yeah.
You're vent it out.
Exactly.
I get it.
Have an outlet.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to be the guy who's just keeping everything inside. Like I barely people go through like mental breakdowns and stuff like that.
Right.
I don't want to jinx it and like have one tomorrow or whatever. But I don't think I would be close to that because like I always let my feelings out.
So that's your outlet.
So my friends, if I don't like something, my friends know I don't like it.
Yeah.
Whether if I don't want to go somewhere, I tell them I don't feel like going. I just really like. I feel like I'm in a point in my life where I don't have to justify myself to people.
So you said, speaking of work, because you said at work you let out your emotions like verbally. What do you do for work?
I'll let it out to my friends.
No. What do you actually?
Oh, what I do? I'm a property manager.
Property
Well, I'm getting into the I don't have all my certificates yet, but that's what I'm doing pretty much.
So you're like dealing with tenants and then
Yes,
collecting rent and whatnot. Yeah,
No,
I can understand your frustration.
It's well, I just started doing it this year,
Okay.
but I just wanted to do it because, like I said, I'm at a point in my life where I just want to figure out what I like to do.
You're like
what I'm
testing.
good at. Yeah, exactly. But I don't think it's for me. But at the same time, like I just want to get through it.
Yeah, you can benefit. You see the benefits.
Yeah, I feel like I can always take something from it. So
Okay.
right now,
But do you see an end to it though? Because you say get through it. It means you see an end to it.
Does you have an end goal for it?
Yeah, I'm saying.
I feel like gaining some sort of knowledge. Because I'm gonna give you an example. I used to
Like
work.
experience. That's
Yeah.
what you're trying to get.
Experience.
I used to work at a restaurant, and our customers were assholes. Like they just were assholes. And working there for 8 years just gave me a lot of patience to deal with people.
Do you mind shout out that restaurant?
Parkway Deli.
Oh shit! I love that place though.
You love that? Well,
I love
Well,
the food. I love
the food is pretty good,
Yeah.
but
You were probably the asshole.
80% of I wouldn't know. We have some nice people. There's some asshole, like entitled people that.
Yeah, I know.
You know, like I had some.
It's a Jewish center in Silver Spring.
Buffalo East West Highway.
Interesting.
Like I had someone literally
They
like
got cheap
I
food.
was. It is cheap too.
But they're tight.
I had someone.
Bomb ass Rubens.
You like the Reuben?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean the food is good. Though. Like I said, the customers really can get in your nerves. I had somebody who threw a piece of I think it was either roast beef or like it was like, what is this? And he just grabbed it off the scale and just threw it on the floor.
It wasn't right.
Wow.
Like so, I mean, to me,
Get it in the fucking face.
dude,
I think it's the area. That's the area.
it's the area too. But like I said, like I'm done with that part of my life. But I feel like I gained some patience out of working there.
Yeah.
Because,
for sure.
you know, if you can, like, not everybody. Like I saw people that literally like curse back at customers and then they got fired.
But you still saw the good in your situation.
Yeah, I try to see the positive in that. So I'm pretty sure that maybe a year or two from now, when I look back and like what I'm
You
doing
should
right
laugh
now,
at it.
yeah, I'm just gonna laugh like
Yeah.
damn, like probably give me some patience or some organization skills. I don't know how to say it, but yeah,
It's cool.
Every experience, I think, brings something to the table.
I feel like you have some story behind that. No,
No, I mean, I just,
If
no,
you
I
went
feel
deep
like
right
every
there.
job, I feel like every job, every experience that you have, it's meant to happen. You're meant to go through it.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. I mean, that's how I see it.
Sure.
I'm not going to sit here and complain about a job that I used to have. I chose to do it. You know,
Right.
I chose to take it, or I had to take it.
Yeah.
You know, but you
It was like
learn
a stepping
something.
stone. or
It's a
some
stepping
way.
stone.
Yeah.
And I think stepping stones never stop, like until you're dead.
So I know from Aaron told me you were also an artist and you also got into the movie industry.
Yes.
Yeah.
So currently, I'm a marketing manager for 3 movie theaters.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 in the DC.
We get the tickets though.
I know.
I like the way he's looking at it.
He's gonna be like, I washed your dishes.
So he can wait.
Yeah, no. I'll be so honest. When I got this job, I went through a period of unemployment, which honestly I put myself through. Patrick knows very well. It's been one of the fucking hardest periods of time because I don't like being insecure. I don't like not knowing what I'm so decisive
You
with
don't
what
like
I
being
want to
vulnerable.
do. No,
You want to be in control.
I don't. I like being in control.
I'm the
So
same
the
way.
fact that I chose to put myself in that unknown phase, like I'm like, I was beating myself up throughout that whole time.
Okay.
And then I'm like, where the fuck is my life going? Like, this is not okay. Like, I'm 28. Like, this is not okay. Like, I wanted to buy a house by 30. Like, I had all these plans, you know? And I'm like, this
You had anxiety.
set me back.
You felt
Oh my
like
God,
pressure.
totally.
You pressured
And
yourself.
exactly. And the fact that, like, you know, you spit out resumes and stuff, and then it makes buzz. But then the way society is right now, is the reality of it, that they value more like, oh, eight years of experience,
Yeah,
or
you
like
get experience, right?
bullshit. I can do what that manager over there is doing 10 times better. You give me a fucking shot, like,
You
and I'll
gotta show
prove it
them
to you.
Yeah.
Like my hunger is like up here. Like I don't understand why you can't see that. So like, it was hard. But then so I took the job as marketing manager, and then I felt, and I even told friends and my family and everything. I was like, I think I took a bigger bite than I was ready for. I've never been a manager anywhere.
But you kind of rose to the occasion.
Hell yeah! Now I see back, like I'm 4 or 5 months in now, and like, but the first 2 weeks I wanted to run. Like I was so scared, and I was like, how the fuck am I gonna do this job?
Yeah.
I think I oversold myself. Oh fuck! I'm really good at selling myself because I'm not qualified for this job. So I'm doubting myself. But it's that period of like unemployment that happened that really tore me down.
So that really brings me back to what I was talking about with the military. It only takes a point till you're at your rock bottom where you feel like you oversold yourself and now you have to provide.
Mm-hmm.
So that's exactly what you did. And I was thinking that now you're there, you had to rose the occasion.
I cried and bitched and whined and complained, but I did it.
You still did it, but then you also had an outlet.
Yeah.
Because you had something to do. You had a purpose.
What was your
I was thinking art work too, because you also do that on the side as well.
I do that on the side. That came out very spontaneously. I didn't know I could paint.
When did you start?
6 years ago.
Okay.
So plug that artwork.
Yeah.
That's very recent.
Plug that artwork.
I went to a wine and paint.
Wow.
You know the wine and random little paint things. And the thing is, I'm very competitive, and I'm very like everything that I do, whether I'm good at it or not, I try to be good, and I'll shit talk my way through it. I'm like, I'm good. I hype myself that I'm good.
Fake it till you make
I
it.
fake it till I make it
Trump
all. And so like that, I went to that wine paint thing, and I was like, I've never painted. I don't think I'm good at this. And then they're like, well, it's more about the socialization and like the wine. And I was like, okay.
She goes over there looking at stuff like.
Exactly.
Look at the wrist.
But that's exactly what happened. And I was like, fuck. I was like, this came out a lot better. I zoned out for the first time, and then I was like painting while everybody was like cracking jokes. I mean, I was too, but I was like way more into it than I think everybody else was.
Right.
And I'm like, fuck, like this was fun.
Yeah.
Like, so I went one more time by myself and just to pick the professor, like the teacher's brain, like, what is this? What's a canvas? What are these brushes? Like, and all that kind of thing. And then I started going, like, just by myself, watching videos or like looking at stuff online and just trying to replicate. I started first like replicating pictures. That's the easiest thing to do is like
modeling.
Yeah, like exactly, like a reference picture.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Up until maybe like last year, I was starting to. I still use somewhat of reference pictures, but not always. I'll take my own pictures of things, but I have concepts now that I like paint. I love like every painting that I have. I can tell you a story. I can tell you like a concept that I like.
I love that. I just want to tell a quick anecdote story of when I went to Pancakes and Booze over at Penn Social.
I was there.
Well, there was like a ton of them.
Yeah, no, that was there.
Oh, were you showcasing your work?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's 4. They bring it 4 times a year, I think. Pancakes and Booze. It's quarterly. The show.
Like every month, but maybe I don't know.
I don't know. But it's quarterly.
Well, my issue or story was I went walking around. I was looking at all the artwork. For me, when I was in Miami, I saw this art gallery with a bunch of photography, and it had a story behind it. And it was like really deep and meaningful, even though I just read it and didn't meet the artist. So when I got to meet an artist at one of the art shows, he told me, or I asked him, I was like, hey, what was your inspiration for this photo, or what was the story behind it? And he was like,
oh yeah, the story.
I just thought it'd make money.
Oh,
and that just...
It kills the art.
It killed my energy, it killed everything, and I was like, but like really? Like there's nothing that you saw deep in this? No, I saw it from somewhere else, and I thought it'd be a good shot. And I just immediately like, oh, okay.
Wait, photography or the painting?
Photography.
It turned you off.
It turned me off, and I just had to keep walking.
Because the art has no passion in it.
It made me angry.
What do you mean? Yeah.
It made me angry.
You know, I do paint with concepts, but because I have a lot of things in my mind and all that kind of thing, or things that inspire me. But up until like, and I follow a lot of different artists on Instagram that I like admire and everything. Mm-hmm. But there was one person that posted something, and it was a beautiful painting, like kind of graffiti-ish with like a parrot. It was just very beautiful.
Okay.
And then I've always thought that, like, yes, you do have to have a story behind your art and, like, what inspires you, this song or this or whatever. Or a feeling. I do. I feel like a lot of people can connect to that, and it's respectable, and that's what
Real quick,
makes you stand
I
out.
feel like you don't have to.
There you go.
But.
So then, exactly. So then I saw that painting, right? And then I immediately scrolled to the bio, and I'm, like, ready to, like, see, like, the story behind it or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I respected the raw, like
the emotion that you got.
No, I respected his, how do I say?
Work.
No. The fact that he was honest with the fact that what inspired him, and he was like, absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
He's like, I honestly, the parrots I think are, like, beautiful, and I just want to see if I can paint it. And I'm like,
So
and it just
like,
clicked in me right there, because to be honest, there's some things sometimes that I just want to see if I can paint it.
Yeah,
And I don't want to have that pressure on me that there always has to be some sort of story.
But
for me it was more about money. That was
exactly.
I get
That's like, I feel like an artist can easily just create something out of nowhere with no inspiration.
Yeah.
But the moment when you say like, oh, I'm creating this because it's going to sell
that's
money,
true.
it kind of makes it sound some sort of fake.
Yeah.
Because there's not, like, when you make a song. Yeah, exactly. There's no, like, you kind of want to buy something that has a connection to the artist.
Because art usually it can come from nowhere. The inspiration comes from the fucking wherever it fucking comes from. It's
right
here somewhere.
If you can't articulate what happened, like
And
what the meaning was, that's still good. But if you can articulate to the fact that it's just for money or because you saw someone else do
I
it,
agree.
then that's where I'm like, I gotta walk away.
I agree.
That's like an art prostitute.
I agree.
Because
right now, like,
but I still respect the hustle.
But
sure?
I mean, it hurts my heart in terms of like
But
meaning,
money is motive.
but yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but I just don't like your art anymore.
Yeah. No, I definitely get what you're saying.
So,
Especially right now, because if I do sell pieces,
plug that art IG.
my art IG is _made by TH. Very simple, easy. And the
She's made a mural.
website is madebyth.com. So very easy. But I was going to say, right now, like, if I sell a piece, everybody knows I don't call them my pieces. They're my babies. Like, I really pour a lot into, like, anything that I do. So, and I'm not selling a bunch of paintings or anything like that. But if I do have somebody that's interested, I definitely care more about them connecting with what I, like, or asking me, like what inspired you behind this, or like, how did you make this? Like I need to see the genuine interest or admiration, because they're my child. Like, I want to make sure that it's appreciated, because it took me a long time.
Just to kind of like validate what she was saying, as far as her art, like, there's like this art piece right here that she has.
Yeah.
It's like one of my favorite, things that she's ever done. And she won't get rid of it because she has so much attachment to it.
Yeah.
And to me, that kind of like, I mean, I fight her about it because I'm like, man,
Oh,
you're an artist. Like, you're supposed to like let somebody share what, but she has like such a connection to every single piece.
Yeah.
That's just an example of it. Like,
Yeah. And I sold her
you see the compliment
twice
we did?
for $900.
So, the one photo or the painting?
That painting twice for $900.
But then you got it back.
Twice I did not. I just said no.
There you go.
So you're basically
I
like,
just didn't follow up.
Oh, okay. So you never.
She
actually
pulled back.
So
Okay.
she basically like freed up.
I pulled back. Yeah. Like, I didn't follow up after the art show was done, and
Yeah.
I could technically reach out and be like, "Hey, your piece is ready to take home," but I just didn't follow up.
That's wild.
And then they talked me out of it again, and friends and family, they're like, "Oh, you're supposed to share your craft and let it spread." And
She don't want to
I was like, "I guess, okay." So I did a pop up at like Pottery Barn.
Okay.
In Tyson's.
Yeah.
So then I took her, and I took like five other pieces, and then there's another couple like that wanted to have her, and I'm like, sure. And then she's like, they were like, can we take your number? Like, we have a really small car right now. It won't fit, so like we want to pick her up. And I was like, sure. And I like exchanged it, and then I went home and like I just couldn't. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I don't want to let it go. I was like, so then I didn't follow up.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate that a lot, because like that's just you. That's you. Your authenticity. Like, yeah, it means a big connection with you. And if you don't want to let it go, I don't think you should let it go.
Right.
That's my
It's done. Deal.
Yeah.
I'm not letting it go.
Yeah.
And I don't have I'm gonna buy a frame for it.
Yeah.
But the day that I like buy my own home.
Okay.
That's the goal.
Let me open up the conversation and means make a light joke. And one thing I heard was
Joke better be funny.
it was like you said all your paintings are babies, and then you said like it's like you sell your babies.
I
You sell
know.
the baby.
That's
Oh,
fucked up.
damn.
It's my like dark joke.
that?
But then okay, if you don't want to answer that, it's just this me and my dark sense of humor.
What, the selling babies?
Yeah.
Yeah, the literal baby.
Yo, we'll find out.
What do I think about that? About selling
Up
babies?
to you.
Do you sell babies?
You want to talk about?
On the side?
No.
Who you selling? Why you selling?
Wait, what's that?
What? I'm back in. Tap me in.
Selling babies. Damn.
I don't know. If you guys have nothing to say about that, it's
I'm
okay.
making a profit.
No, I mean the first thing that came to mind when he was like selling babies, I thought of being a sperm donor.
Yeah, I thought that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was talking about real babies. So
Yeah,
I
I was
was
talking about
like, I got the joke.
Yeah.
No, I got it.
He got it too.
It was a little
I
more.
mean, I got
Yeah.
the joke, but that was the first thing that came to mind before I actually like got into a joke, like
Because I'm like a real serious person. When I tell jokes, no one really gets it. It doesn't seem like I'm telling a joke.
No, I get that too because I'm really monotone. So
You are one of
Yeah.
Super
so
monotone.
people that don't know me don't know when I'm joking.
Yeah.
And like,
I love that though. That's always the best.
So I gotta be real New York. Let me tell you a joke.
Oh, that is so
Hey,
Nah, keep it
laugh real quick. You ready to laugh?
you know what's funny though? Like now that you mentioned that, I've been somebody got me to The Office last week.
Yeah.
I never watched the show,
I
and
love The Office.
and
I don't watch it.
It's a
Michael
great show.
Michael Scott is the biggest asshole, but he's just so
He's so
fucking
funny.
Like, and then every time he announces the joke, I got a joke for you. He's like, man, like you already know he's gonna be bad. I hope that's not the same with you though.
I don't know. Sometimes maybe yes, maybe no.
The best character is Dwight. Dwight is the funniest person in the fucking Office. So
My favorite character is what's his name, Jim.
Jim.
Because of his sense of humor is kind of like similar to mine. Like I like the way he looks at things, and it's just how it's funny. I don't know.
I need to
Yeah,
watch
he
it.
has a monotone voice, but he delivers it so
Yeah,
well.
exactly.
He is
And
good.
I can relate to that because like I sometimes like people that don't know me, I will say something joking, and they're kind of gonna be like, "Wow, that's me."
Yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're fucking
maybe
good.
that's-
Even I don't get it sometimes. I'm like,
Nah,
Are you
monotone
serious?
jokes are the best because when they deliver it, you don't know if they're joking. And I was like,
It's a little weird.
it's the
a
best.
little-
I love that.
I mean, I always say this. I feel like there's some truth to every single joke.
Yeah.
Of course.
So I
Hmm.
guess.
Well, like for me, it was just being literal, like speaking her exact words, and like babies, jokes, selling. Put it all together. What's plus one equals two, right?
Surrogate mother, what?
Man, everybody has a different delivery system.
Okay, well, that was just my little lame joke. But,
Dang.
well, what I want to get
Whoa.
to was the fake it till you make it part.
Donald
And
Trump,
you were talking about how, like, applying to jobs, you had to, like, jump through hoops to get your foot in the door. And I want to see how it applies to social media. So, like, now you're putting your stuff out on Instagram and whatnot. And I can say the same thing with Patrick. Like, you say you're putting yourself out there to try to test certain situations.
Well, through the podcast.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, do the podcast. But then, in a way, it's also social media.
Yeah, exactly.
So I remember earlier in the podcast, right at the beginning, you're saying like everyone's on their phones doing this and that. But then, don't you think it's also beneficial because now you're putting yourself out there so people can see your work, see what you can do.
Absolutely, I know it's inevitable. Like
So, like,
social
I don't think
media.
it's a bad thing.
No, this is my thing with that. There has to be some sort of balance. Like I think social media is great because it gives us a chance to see something out there that we probably would not normally
private
have.
about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like we shouldn't be missing out on what we're experiencing
Presently doing.
because of something that is going on somewhere else.
True.
And I don't want to get in because she always gets on me because usually on the podcast I always bring the whole.
Yeah.
Wait,
Hey, it's my podcast.
No, he
Yeah, it's
talks
my
about,
podcast.
but he talks about relationships
So,
all the time.
I always tell my friends like because they're always saying like how like cheating is so like normal now.
Okay.
Exactly.
It's
Well,
because-
that's like a
It's
conversation.
because
but
of the comedy that goes around it.
that and also I feel thanks to social media like I guess 20, 30 years before like you were dating a girl that was your girl this and that you didn't have a chance to
To
see
see what's
No,
what's
to see what's
out
out
there.
there.
or what other single guys are living. So I feel like the FOMO, the fear of missing out,
Yes.
kind of like messes up
the
relationships.
next
Yeah.
best thing.
Yeah.
So you're always waiting for the next best thing. Like what you have is cool, but I'm not gonna commit yet because she might be around the corner.
Or because I
She
might,
just lived
or I
lucky
might be
now.
living that single life that this guy is living on social media.
I think we got FOMO.
Oh, Rob, you're a different kind of guy.
I
That's why you're not screen. It's just like, I don't need none of this. I don't need any screen time.
think everybody has FOMO, but about different things. It could be about something else. We don't even know yet. 'Cause I don't know.
I have to think.
Some deep dark secrets.
The-
We can talk about this on another
Some-
podcast.
It gets tricky because you see badder bitches on Instagram living, and then you see guys that
You get guys with lives that like
that
envy.
and you envy, yes,
Yeah.
and then you also like you want to emulate it. And
Right. One thing I always think about is like rappers and basketball players. They always want to be each other, no
Yes.
matter what.
Exactly.
If you're Drake, you
Rappers
still want to be
wanna
Kobe.
J. Cole said that in one of his lines.
Yeah.
Like, they want to be us and we want to be something like that. I forgot what he
Yeah,
said.
they want to ball and then they want to rap.
Yeah.
That's why you always see like the rappers at basketball games, and you always see
Exactly.
the basketball players at their
That's
concerts.
funny.
Yeah.
That's all
And then
it
they
is
create
right now.
albums that are weird.
Weird concept.
But I think
Yeah.
what they envy the well, at least for athletes,
Oh, yeah.
what they envy the most about rappers is the fact that I feel like an athlete still has to be strict about, I guess, is the way he takes care of his body.
Yes.
Of course. Yeah.
Whereas artists are just like they want to smoke weed,
Take drugs.
take drugs. They
Nothing
can
wrong
do
with
it.
weed though.
No, I agree with that. I'm just saying, like, you know, well, if you follow NBA or NFL, you know, regulations, it's not allowed.
Yeah, I think it's stupid. Though. I think it's
No, I agree with that, but I'm just saying, like, they can't do it because of that.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's one thing that actually, you know, basketball or football players envy out of artists because they can be so freely and people actually admire that.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're like a Josh Gordon who gets caught with, you know, weed,
Yeah.
then you're deemed
Suspended
the
for the
devil
entire
child.
year, yeah.
Everybody hates you.
What's that guy?
But he's a bomb-ass player.
Yeah.
He's a bomb.
The guy from the Dolphins, we got
The
Rick.
Miami coach that did
Ricky
it.
Williams.
Yeah.
He was a beast. And he smoked weed all the time.
Yeah.
He was high all the fucking time. He was a fucking beast.
Until he got caught.
Until he got caught. Yeah. But fuck that. Weed should not be bad.
Well, I think, yeah, it depends on what you're doing. 'Cause that coach that did the cocaine. That was hilarious.
Which one? Miami?
Miami coach?
I don't know.
I think it was in Miami or something. He just got recorded. He was just like,
Yeah.
we're doing this today.
But that's different. You're going
Yeah.
I'm talking about this marijuana. Marijuana's straight.
It's probably good, but because there's so many drugs that they fear that they might do to it, they're like, nah, they're not going to risk it.
I always say this. I feel like the reason why marijuana is illegal is because the government hasn't found a way to, I guess, make money out of it.
In terms of drugs in general.
Yeah.
Just like health
tax it.
healthcare.
Well, it's hard to
Prescriptions.
tax it because you can easily grow marijuana in your backyard.
Yeah.
Right.
So regulated.
It's just hard. And then now that it's becoming legal, I read an article that they were actually like putting stuff in it, and those things that are adding to it, those chemicals are causing cancer.
Yeah.
Just to make the high a little bit better.
Once the government gets involved, that's what happens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
That's exactly
If
what.
we keep it where it's at, like marijuana's fine. It
The
brings.
government will let that happen.
Of course not. Of course not.
It's kind of like the same topic, but not really. But you know, I kind of went through a vegan stage in my life,
Okay.
and I was thinking about this. If everybody became vegan, then we need to mass produce everything. You know, like spinach and all that.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure they're going to add shit to it that is not good for us.
I was in New York last month,
Y'all,
and I had this big this meeting. They were all wearing the V for Vendetta mask,
Yeah.
and they were telling me like we
That's
shouldn't
interesting.
we shouldn't mass produce animals for food.
Like
But-
cows.
Yeah, I mean those are big topic.
Mhm.
But I was telling her I read this book called *Sapiens* by Yuval Noah Harari, and it's just like every demographic of life have a certain situations. Like just for me, example, I'm Indonesian, and Indonesia is a bunch of islands. So for us, and it's really hot. We're on the tropics, or like the Cancer Capricorn era, or latitude, longitude thing. But since it's so hot, crops is hard to grow, and because of that, we didn't have enough nutrition. So in that certain area, we were known as dwarfs because we didn't have enough food.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm short, or that's my ancestry is short.
Hmm.
But then for someone who's from Russia, who was cold all the time, but still had enough,
Yeah, 6,
sun,
8 motherfuckers.
yeah.
And shit,
yeah, they had enough nutrition to grow to be all those big, swole Russian
Beating up
stereotypes. Yeah.
Interesting.
So, but then, and if you think about it, if you think of stop mass producing animals and going to a more vegan, vegetarian lifestyle, it would change society. Because to me, I think it's like a utopia thought. And in that perspective, it's like, if everyone did the same thing, would you still be cool? Because there would be other people who would be rebellious, like, I don't want to be the same as everybody else.
Yes. And we'll be zombies if everybody does that.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah.
My point with that was pretty much that I don't think that eating meat is bad. I think what's making it bad is just the mass production. And
Okay.
I feel like eventually, if let's say, like you said, if everybody became vegan, it will still be a bad thing because of mass production. So I feel like since we're so overpopulated, whatever we end up leading, either if it's
We can't be extreme animals, extreme vegan.
yeah, there has to be like a balance.
Yeah.
But the thing is this though, like most people like their meat, animals.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people eat vegetables. I feel like if we had a balance, because you don't need to eat like chicken or beef for every day, but we kind of grew in a society where we have to. Otherwise,
We want to.
I honestly don't think there's a lot of options, to be honest. It's like what?
Chicken,
Meat,
turkey.
chicken, or like beef, chicken,
Turkey,
turkey,
pork,
pork.
and
Lamb.
seafood. Ham is important.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
and it's pork.
Thanks,
But then so it's like it's 4 different options. And for me as a personal trainer,
man.
I have to talk to clients like I can't eat the same thing every day, but let me know what you eat on a weekly basis. You eat the same basic 4
Pretty
things
much, yeah.
all the time. You just eat it in different
And different
variables.
variations.
Yeah. So once I break that down, or once I can get them to understand that, then it's like, oh, okay. But then it's still hard for some people.
because we're creatures of habit.
But then if we were creatures of habit, you should
We
be
should be
able
okay
to
with
eat
that,
the
yeah.
same thing.
I eat chicken
Every day.
every
You just gotta break your habit.
Yeah.
I do too, and I didn't realize that until I
Seven
became
habits.
vegan.
Vegan chicken is so good. It's just boring. It's not boring if you cook it differently. You
Yeah.
do different things, different sides.
I mean, you have
spices.
the
and
white meat, you have the dark meat. Like
Experiment.
it's
You
like
put
art.
vegetables in it.
Cooking
Spice.
is art.
chicken is
It's
fucking
an
art.
outlet.
I think we're all hungry. Like we keep going back in circles and talking about food.
Hey, I could be down for some food too.
Cook some
I'm
funnel cake.
hungry.
But vegans, look, y'all can't eat eggs, right?
Don't say yeah, because I stopped. Like, it only lasts 4 months.
Don't put me on that
Wait. No, I'm just saying
And he
because
did say
I
he
don't.
used to be.
I only last like 4 months.
He did say he used to be.
So right now you're just regular.
I eat regular, but I'm trying to go back to like a healthy
You're
balance.
trying to be like moderate. You're trying to find your balance.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to depend on neither or.
Right.
Just kind of like find a balance, pretty
Right.
much.
And again,
But yeah, you couldn't eat eggs either.
I want to say a theme of this is that you had to go through the extreme of eating meat all the time, then go to the extreme of having
Nah.
vegan to find your balance.
Exactly.
Mine's
It's a theme.
extreme.
Yes.
This is an episode about the extremes.
Yeah.
Oh, I got the title of the
Oh,
podcast
the
right now.
Like the exchange, I thought that to yesterday. There's people called the breatharians. You heard of them before? Breatharians.
No. What are they?
Breatharians are people, cult religion-ish people who believe in only breathing air for food. They don't eat food at all.
Breathing air.
Just breathing air.
Breathing
They eat
Oh.
air.
What's it called?
How do you do
Joe
that?
Rogan was talking about that one time.
Was it?
Yeah.
I
So
haven't heard this.
all they do is drink water and they breathe air. Like most of them hide food and they get caught with food.
Yeah,
Because they get
so
hungry.
you can't eat
They'll-
nothing.
They're gonna die. They're gonna die.
Right.
But their cult religion-ish is called breatharian because they only breathe air to survive.
The
I mean, if you said they got caught eating food, then that's not.
Most of them do.
Yeah.
But
You gotta eat something.
But the core guy.
I wonder
Yeah.
how they got to that. I guess that
belief.
You know, somebody probably survived off of, it's always somebody's experience.
It was a guy who said he survived for 74 years without eating any food. Full of shit. Full of shit. He was fucking bitches. Look, I'm dead ass. He
Nah,
was
he's
fucking bitches.
probably right.
It's a cult.
Because you magnetize somebody to a cult to have with an idea.
And
They'll be
you
like,
idolize him. And
Yeah.
Exactly. I want to do what he does to
Yeah.
become who he is. Yeah, no, that's
the people
Yeah,
always
who
talk
were
about
you talking about? Remember when Tom would pick up the equipment for the gym?
Mhm.
That one guy you said you were following for a long period of time, and you didn't know he was a cult leader. What was his name?
Osho.
Osho.
Yes. Osho.
I don't know who it is. I remember I
There's
read
a,
about him.
There's a show on Netflix. It's called Wild West Country.
Okay.
oh,
So-
where he was in the, when they all were in the red and everything?
Yes.
Yo.
So this guy, he's a Buddhist monk, right? He from India. They came to Oregon, and
yeah,
that's.
that joke was hilarious.
Yeah. I'm here. I'm sorry.
Underneath Washington.
there's a map over there.
Portland.
They're Portland, sure. Yeah, so he came
Yeah,
in
you right.
like in the 70s and stuff, right? And it was deemed a cult. So I heard of him through, I don't even know where, but I heard of a book of him.
Yeah.
I bought the book. I read the book. It was super enlightening. It was a great fucking book.
Yeah.
I bought another book. I read it. Yo, this guy's fucking dope. He's smart. He's like he's insightful. Like I was feeling like I was being enlightened, right? Then I see this documentary. He's a fucking cult leader. He was getting people. I mean, but it was okay. Granted, it was
You
a
got
great
sucked
cult.
in. You got sucked in.
I got sucked in. If he was alive still today, I'd be in his cult. I be wearing that
Red
red
robe.
robe. I be in that coat, but it was again.
Having sex with women. And
How is it-
stuff in there.
Polygamy.
What's so
living
bad-
my life?
What's so bad about polygamy and happiness?
I don't know.
It's funny because I have a friend. I'm sorry, I keep snapping my finger.
No, it's all right, man.
I don't
It's
care.
fine, bro.
Yeah.
I have a friend who she posted something about. I don't even know how to say it in Spanish. It's like like a
Polygamous?
yeah, but you know,
Polygamous?
polygamous is when you marry different people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like her thing was when you
Polyandrous?
I think it's when you
Polyamorous,
date
you're right.
multiple people
Yeah.
and you
Oh,
kind of
okay.
you're like
Oh.
no, but you kind of have like well that's my current social I guess
Standard.
but she pretty much was saying like how it's such a huge thing.
So
Like,
polyandrous, maybe?
I don't know what it is. It's because like she explained to me in Spanish. She's a friend from Costa Rica, so she explained everything to me in Spanish. So pretty much it's like it gives men and women the freedom to have different emotional or romantic relationship with different people at the same
I
time.
got something to say about that. Go ahead.
And because they believe that no human being was made or created for one particular person. And then I me the dumbass, and I was like, so is this like being a swinger? She was like, it's kind of like the same thing.
Monogamy is relatively new to the human species.
It is.
We're not really monogamous. It's hard.
I mean, it is hard because people change.
Yeah.
And I tell everybody this, like, love is an emotion, kind of like anger or being sad. And I feel like at one point you have kind of like fall out of love with someone.
Yeah.
It could be tomorrow. It could be today.
Exactly.
It could be right now.
And like I feel like they make us feel so bad when we, I guess, go through that phase when we like stop loving someone.
Well, society is basically now mostly on Christian or
Christian
Catholic
Yes, we have
values.
we have standards to live by because we are supposed to be normal. We're supposed to be what's the word I'm looking for?
Systematic.
Society,
Ish.
normalities.
We have to be like good.
Yeah.
Like
It's like society norms. Like, because we
Follow
want
the law.
everyone to follow we have to follow the rules.
yes.
And just to put in sort of a reference from the book I read from *Sapiens*, most women in like way back when, like before like time or like years were around, because at the time, women were very promiscuous. But then it's just because we didn't have any social structure. And with that fact was, when she had a child, all the men, instead of like, I'm not the father, so I shouldn't take care of it. All the fathers, or all the guys that she was with, took care of that child. And in my perspective, it's like, for me, I always wanted some type of mentor. I wanted someone to guide me. I wanted someone to tell me like what to do or teach me things. But I had to do it on my own. But imagine having like 10.
It takes a village.
Yeah, it takes a
That's where
village
they come
to
from.
teach
Yeah.
somebody.
Oh, so
And
like old
it's funny you mentioned that because
Yeah.
I saw a meme. I didn't read a book because I'm not into books like that. But I
This
saw a
is how I
meme.
got the book.
Books. I saw a meme.
I'm the typical millennial, you can say that.
Right.
So the meme was pretty much like, I forgot what society was, but women sleep around with different men and they don't tell them who the father of the kid is, so everybody has to
Take care of that child.
Exactly. And going back to what you said, it takes a whole village, and that's pretty much true because you can't expect just one human being to teach somebody how to do things right.
Their entire life.
Different experiences,
Exactly, because
walks,
you need different perspectives from different, I guess mentors, like you said.
This comes from like what I think of industrialization, like how back in the day, like in the 1920s, everyone had a job. Like, okay, my job was to pack the boxes. My job was to put the screw into the hole. My job was get the screw into the area that needed to be put in place. But if you taught a kid, like, okay, I'm really good at putting the screw here, I'm really good at packing the box, I'm really good at this, the kid is going to be a genius.
Yeah.
Because he has so much information at hand. And I think it's the same thing with Google and like the internet.
Information overload.
It kind of goes
But then
back.
it gets overwhelming sometimes.
It kind of goes to something I always say. I feel like when you teach somebody how to, if you give somebody a fish, they'll eat for a day. If you teach them how to fish, they'll eat for the rest of their life. I think that applies to society. I feel that applies to the welfare system in this country, and also education.
Yeah.
I feel like we are used to giving people things for free, expecting them to, I guess, figure it out on their own.
But what's free? What we get for free?
Like food stamps and stuff like that.
Is that free? Is it free?
It is.
Yeah.
It is free to them.
Because they have
Not to
lower
everybody
income.
else.
Do we know how harsh it is?
It is harsh.
Have y'all lived in Section 8 and food stamp and all that
Yeah.
stuff?
No.
And welfare?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Is it free? Is it easy?
No, I'm not saying it's easy,
It's
but
not-
what I'm saying is I feel
It's
like
you get in the system.
I feel like
But-
those people benefit more instead of giving them something like, you
It's
know,
more. It's more.
they will benefit more if you like teach them a new skill.
It's more adaptation.
Something they can-
Wait, okay. Teach them a new skill, or are they? Do we have the?
It's
Are they exposed to what? Like, can they actually learn a different skill if they're not exposed to that environment? They have not the departments, the resources to go out and learn new skills. They have
So
no
you have
money.
to.
They're here.
So
We're here.
Based on my experience, I'll tell you this. So, I saw all that, and the only way I got out of it was my mom brought us out of it because she was like, "There's a better way than this." Because once you're in an environment, you get used to the norms. They're like, "Oh, you got to be on this, you got to be on that." That's why
You're kind of stuck in your
so
ways.
many black comedians. Yeah, you're stuck in that loop. That's what so many like black comedians or whatever, like, you know, Section 8, blah blah blah. But after a while, you get like used to that. And then if you see like an outlet, like, oh, maybe this is great.
But not everybody has an outlet.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
So you have to go ahead.
let me. So I broke it down. I have one of my coworkers. He's from Mississippi. He was born and raised in Mississippi, in one of the like brokest ghettos.
Mississippi is horrible.
Right.
Yes.
So he told me his story when I started talking to him about this conversation. And so what he does now, he lives in like Manassas, Virginia, like the middle of nowhere. But he learned how to do real estate. He learned how to get into the IRAs. He learned how to get a stock market. So I see what you're going to get to. It's like, did he have the resources?
Exactly.
He did not have the resources when he was in
Mississippi.
So he went to the army to get out of the area, and then he got to travel.
What is
and,
it?
What do you mean?
Like,
He's a black guy.
okay.
Okay. So to put that out there, so now to this day, he goes back to Mississippi to
To get
take
back.
kids out of Mississippi to see what's out there in the world. But most people in Mississippi, like, hey, I can live off of this welfare. I can live off of these food stamps. So why should I?
But it's also
Why do I need
it's
to?
also never comfortable.
It depends. So that's what I'm saying. If you can game the system, it depends on the way you think, on
There-
how you are talking.
Yeah, there are those who game it, and there are those who are just barely getting by.
I hear you.
So it's hard to generalize everybody who's in the system as in like, yeah, we're gaming, they're getting stuff for free, when really it's hard as fuck
Yeah.
It's
to
hard.
be in that.
No, and the thing is like
It's hard.
I feel
but-
like they're giving them the bare minimum to survive. And I don't want to get too political, but you know how they say the Democrats are the party of the welfare. I think they're not, because what they're doing is like they're giving them something. Oh, okay, they give us something, so we have to repay them back.
They give and take.
Exactly, it's a give and take. But like I said, I feel like if you give these people, I guess knowledge and kind of put them in a different, not a different environment, but just kind of like open their eyes to like life
New
is more than
thing.
just.
But open their eyes, what do you mean with that though?
So-
how do you open their eyes?
Let me break it down.
Universal
Let me do another.
Wait, hold on. How would you open your eyes?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
So-
Because there is no way besides getting them out.
Okay, let me speak some words then. So what I'm trying to get at is, this is where I'm getting at. In 2018, I believe we're very big on identity politics.
Mhm.
So to say
Too
that,
much.
yes, so to say that you're on welfare puts you in a category. And that makes you say, I don't want to be generalizing in certain situations. Some people gamify this system, or some people actually have it hard. It's the same thing as me telling Tatiana, like, you're an artist. So you're probably like a starving artist. You're just doing art for fun, blah, blah, blah. You're just trying to express yourself, but not make money off of it, or something like that.
Yes.
Or it could be like me, that I'm in the military, I'm just a fucking Neanderthal, and I'm just like fucking bitches left and right, and not giving a fuck about women.
Yeah, and all that.
Yeah, so
All that.
I'm like, it's just, that's what I get. That's what I get from
It's like
women.
a jarhead or something.
Yeah, or I'm a jarhead.
I'm
Yeah.
looking at my
I'm a
phone.
marine. Yeah, because that's what I get, and that's what I'm trying to say. It's all in terms of perspective and how you put yourself. So I see where you're getting at, where you say you may not have the resources, but then everyone may not have resources. But in this today's world, we have the internet. Whether you may have it or not,
But again, can they afford it?
can they
That's
afford
the
it?
thing. Even the thing that always amazes me is how much excuses we have here
Yeah,
compared to either your country. You can see anywhere they're still striving to do better.
is
They'll
always
find a way. Here we just been so susceptible to we're getting this. So now I guess we're gonna say stay that way forever.
If there was always a way out, then there wouldn't be poverty. There wouldn't be gang.
That's not
That's not always true.
It's not always
I
true.
can debate
It's
on
just
that for
how.
sure.
Okay, if there was always a way, the people who were in poverty, people who were in gangs, people who were in these bad places, Section 8, they would find a way out. But
Yeah,
they
but-
don't all find a way out because they don't have resources. They can't.
No, it's
No,
not
because not
it's
everybody is the
want it
same.
bad enough.
Yeah,
They want it bad enough,
They don't want it bad enough.
so they want to be poor. They want to stay struggling.
Think about
It's not about being
that.
poor.
It's
It's
not
just like they
being
just
poor.
feel comfortable with that lifestyle.
Com-
They don't want to. They don't want to go. They don't want to hit rock bottom to
Okay.
get out of
Trust me,
that.
I have experience from my
So,
family and comfortability.
I come
Yeah,
from
you
there,
too, yeah.
so I know. Again, I can be biased, but from where I am from, it was never comfortable. Are we going to eat today? Maybe not. Are we going to eat tomorrow? Maybe not.
Yeah.
Are we going to eat next day? Probably mac and cheese. It was never fucking
It's
comfortable.
not
Do we have
comfortable
lights
about-
today?
It's not comfortable about the living situation. It's more comfortable that everybody around you is doing the same thing, so you can relate.
So you see it as the norm.
Yes, you see it as the norm. So you're stuck in this,
Look,
and so everything is normal. You're poor. I'm broke. We're all broke. So we're staying here. There is no outside life. It was
Right.
yesterday.
Okay.
There is no outside life. So where's the way out?
You-
If nobody comes in like
So-
the guy you know.
So this is what I'm telling you. The point where it's what I'm talking about extremes.
Mhm.
So you're in the poverty extreme, or you grew up in that poverty extreme. But how do you view the world now?
Differently, yeah, obviously, because I got out of it.
You got out of it. How
Yes.
did you get out of it?
Like pure fucking luck.
Luck. I mean, that's an option.
Is it an option?
It's an option.
I'm not
I
saying
think
that
luck,
you chose it.
luck is supposedly defined by preparation defines chance or something like that.
It could
The
also
opportunity.
be an excuse for yourself. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, I was a kid, so I had a choice.
No, that's what I'm trying to say. Like,
Yeah.
I had a choice. I had a choice of not going to the military,
Mm.
but I still did it. I took the chance. I took a risk. So it's the same thing. How bad of a risk do you want to take? So there's a couple of times, I think I've told you, there's points where I wanted to commit suicide.
Mhm.
Like, I didn't want to live at a point because I didn't choose to live. And to me to say that out loud, it's like, that's my rock bottom. And to some people in Section 8, that's their rock bottom.
Mhm.
But sometimes some people don't hit rock bottom. They get to the point where they're almost rock bottom, but they never hit that rock bottom because it's scary.
Yeah.
And that's the
Makes
point
sense.
where you can't go back. And this is what I'm trying to get at. I see where you're getting at,
Mhm.
where people can't have the resources, or they're not as available as people in Montgomery County.
Definitely.
Maybe like top 5, top 10
Top
richest county in the
in
fucking
Yeah.
United
country.
States,
Yes.
in the country. But, and then again, it's like, there's always a way. With technology ever evolving, there's always a way. So I do not accept anyone who tells me there's not a way.
like us growing up, it was acceptable. Because think about that. We would be like, yeah, we don't have, your mom probably didn't have nothing. Now, it's kind of like, to me, that's, in my view, I'm kind of like, yo, you can't figure out how to do this, but if I ask you, yo, hey, you check out that new joint yesterday? Oh, yeah, I know that. All the information
And
right there.
Going to what he's saying too, like you have outlets like YouTube now. Like I didn't know how to do a podcast or install 2 USB mics, but you can just type that in there, and I'm pretty sure everybody in those situations have internet because
Do they though?
Oh, yeah. A good example. I'll give you a good example.
How bad do you want it?
Yeah,
That's
a good example. In
Cannot
Detroit,
stress enough. I agree.
in Detroit, they
How
didn't
bad
have
you want
internet at all, and it's probably thing in Detroit. So instead of being like,
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
Not to have internet. It's a
Yeah,
real
they didn't
Not
have
have
internet.
clean water. in
so
Detroit.
you know what they did about it?
Yes.
They searched on YouTube how to do it, and they found a way to get somebody to teach them how to create a router, how to create Wi-Fi, and they put that for the whole neighborhood. Because they were like, yo, they even said in the interview, yo, we have this now. We can search it. We can get somebody to get there. So my main point is,
It's even easier.
yeah, I agree with what you're saying. Yeah, it's still tough, but the outlets to do it are much easier than when me and you or anybody else is
Of
growing
course,
up.
but to belittle those who are in situations.
Oh, no, I'm not belittling.
we're not. I don't think that was
I'm
my.
not saying that.
I wasn't
Yeah.
trying to belittle people. I was just trying to say that, for perspective or people that are helping them, instead of helping them by just throwing them something, there. Okay, I gave you something. Now you can be quiet for 4 years, 2 years, whatever. Instead of doing that, I feel like we can do much more to get them out of that
Of course.
situation.
Especially
That's
now.
what I.
So the biggest thing I think I want to say here is we're all creatures of habit. And because we're all creatures of habit, we like to categorize things to make things simple. Like to say a Latin American is Latin American, say an Asian is an Asian, say a white guy is a white guy. But like in this country, we are very mixed. We're just a melting pot. to think of anything in California, to think of anything in New York. There's not. New York is predominantly white. Fuck no.
No.
California predominantly white. Fuck no.
Mad y'all niggas in there.
Even though he's Puerto Rican.
Them two.
Just to point out facts. But I'm just here. I'm just trying to put out the word and just saying, like, this is the reason why I put a podcast out.
Yeah.
Because I want to say, like, we all come from different backgrounds, but yet, facts are facts.
Facts are definitely fucking facts.
And the same thing that what you were saying the other day when I was talking to you is that, like, not everyone sees the same thing the same way, and because of that, we just have to talk it out. So if someone ever watches this show, this podcast, and actually looks at me, looks at you, looks at her, looks at him,
They can't see him.
oh, they can't. Well, he pops in, you can see his hand. If they see his hand, they know that we all come from different backgrounds, but we can understand that the truth is the truth. And that's all I want to give out.
And the truth's always skewed, but yes.
Yes, I mean, that is very true. But then as long as we come to an understanding of, like, this person thinks that way, that person thinks that way, then facts are facts. The truth is always the truth. Because, like, you're right, I'm right, because that's what I believe, and that's what you believe. And then with that, it's just words.
Toast to that, motherfucker.
Cheers.
Exactly.
Cheers, cheers. Boom.
Water.
It's all good.
Nah,
Oh,
water.
look, Robbie's on screen.
There he is.
That
That was good.
Okay.
Deep dive.
I mean, off of that, do you guys have anything else to say? I think that's a good.
Thanks for having us. man.
Thank you
we
for having us.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
we-
Thank you guys.
Hey guys,
Thank you for
How long
inviting
was
us to the
that?
house. We got probably like
It's not my house. It's Tati's house.
Tati's house. I always like to shout out you guys. PT time. If you guys want them to see you guys, see your insights of whatever we talked about today.
Where we gotta go?
Our Instagram.
PT Time is PT Time Podcast on Instagram. Then on iTunes is PT Time Podcast, I guess, too. And if you guys want to write us an email because you feel like there's a subject that you guys want us to talk about, pttimepodcast@gmail.com.
What he said.
Look, I don't know how long it is.
We'll find out later.
And if you want to reach
Doesn't
this,
matter. You don't need the validation.
Fuck you.
and if you want to reach this beautiful human being, where they reach you at, dog? Where they reach you at,
Yeah.
dog?
You can find me at A_to_C on Instagram or A_C on Snapchat, Twitter, same thing as Instagram. I'm dope as fuck. I say funny things sometimes.
Hell yeah!
Boom. Okay. Again, if you want to support the podcast, come subscribe at youtube.com. The catch up / the catch up. I think.
Yeah.
I don't even know, to be
Let's
honest.
catch up, dog.
Yeah. Okay. Or
IG.
but patreon.com /
Patreon.
the catch up. You
Hey,
can donate $1 a month to support your boy,
moving on up.
or
They'll go on a
you
date
can-
with you.
I don't know about that. Depends if you're interested or not. Just facts. Or you can buy some apparel at sumosapparel.com. And goodbye.
Wait. Also, Fitness Edge, I had to plug them. If anybody wants to get in shape, you know what I'm saying?
And Gettysburg, Maryland.
In G-Burg,
Personal
Maryland,
trainers.
training and or, you know what I'm saying, classes and stuff. Fitness Edge. Follow them on Instagram at Fitness Edge.
MD.
MD.
It's MD.
You got this. You're a good player.
I've done this a couple times.
Cheers.
Oh yeah.
So, now, goodbye.
We gotta pay some bills, so you know. See y'all later.
That was good.